Josh, I think it looks like you're trending towards being the backup center. What does that entail? And can you even think of yourself as the backup because you have to be ready to go?
I think it's just about every day you're going out there and executing, just playing as hard as you can, going out there and just showing great effort.
And then watching what happened last year, how does that, when you guys had 9 different starting lineups or whatever, how does that factor into your mind through all of this as well?
It's just going after, I mean, every single week you got to prepare like you're the starter, go out there and just show effort and discipline and show you can be out there.
What do you like about center?
Oh, what'd you say?
What do you like about playing center?
I like, the way you can control the line, make sure everyone's on the same page, ID in the front, making sure the calls are right, just putting everyone on the same page.
How do you think you're doing with that?
I feel like I'm great. I feel like I've definitely improved from the past 2 years. I feel like I'm comfortable. I can ID the fronts. I feel like I've seen every single front, so just like it's all about comfortability, just being in the right spot.
Has Carson given you any advice throughout this fall camp that stuck with you?
You said what?
Has Carson given you advice throughout this fall camp that stuck with you?
I feel like me and him both just piggyback off each other. We see something, we'll definitely like tell each other, hey, I think I see this, and he'll be like, hey, I think I see that, and it goes back and forth like stuff like that.
I apologize if you've asked this already, but Seth McLaughlin obviously was here last year. He spoke very highly of you at the Combine. Mm-hmm. What did you learn from a player like that who had kind of been through the ringer a little bit? And what kind of things can you take away from somebody like that?
Yeah, I feel like someone like Seth, he's played so much ball. So, just picking his mind and seeing he's seen everything, like every single front, every single blitz. And like just being able to pick someone like that's mine, it's great, and you can learn so much from it.
In terms of, is that like an on-field thing, or is that an in the film room thing, study habits, or?
It's both. It's definitely in the film room, and then if you could translate that in the field room onto the field, I feel like that's what makes you elite.
Josh, you've gone through the freshman stuff now. You're a veteran player at this point, even though you haven't really started that many games. What have you thought about some of these freshmen that have come in, whether it's Jake or Javon? I assume you've gotten some reps next to him at least as well.
Yeah, I feel like this freshman class is definitely a good one. I feel like Jake has definitely taken that next step. He's definitely coming along really good. So is Carter. Carter's coming really good. And then so is Javon. Javon's definitely taking that next step.
What's the hardest part about adjusting as a freshman offensive lineman in college? I mean, obviously, you're not going up against high schoolers, you're going up against first-round picks, but what is the biggest adjustment, do you think, for freshmen?
Yeah, I'd say, like, for me, being from Ohio, we don't have spring ball. Yeah. So, just, like, coming in as an early enrollee, you really have never played, like, football in the spring. Mm-hmm. So that's another, like, big factor. Like, offensive linemen who haven't played in the spring, I feel like it's a big shocking moment, and you, like, have to learn real quick or you're going to fall behind.
How big of a deal is it, you think, for the guys who come from states where they do have spring ball? Is that an advantage going to college in any way?
I mean, it could go both ways. I mean, I feel like as a lineman, if I had spring ball, I feel like I could probably develop a little quicker. But there's some cases where people from Ohio develop just like that. So it can go either way. It just all depends about the player.
Center's your primary position, but have you done any rotation along the line throughout the fall camp?
Yeah, center's my primary position, and my secondary is obviously guard. I played guard a couple of times, so.
How are you liking that transition? What do you think that you have to work on most within that transition from center to guard? Just
my footwork, just making sure I'm not snapping the ball, so I got to be good with my hands and my feet, just being on the right things.
Josh, you came in here with Austin. How have you seen Austin grow from when he got in here to where he is now?
First, my freshman year being with Austin, I feel like Austin was just like a quiet, like a guy who stayed in his own lane, did his things, did everything right. Till now, Austin's a great leader. He's making sure everything's right, putting guys in check, and going out there balling, playing every single position on the O-line that our coach asked for.
For him to be able to make that transition from guard last year, now he might be the left tackle. What have you seen from him in his game that's allowed him to do that?
Yeah, it just shows that he's one of those guys that we can lean on, and he's just a dog in general, one of those guys that we can count on.
Josh, what has it been like? What have you seen from this defensive tackle group?
Oh my! I feel like our defensive tackle group is definitely trending. Caden McDonald is definitely one of those guys that's going to be really good this year, and we can rely on. I feel like he's definitely been one of those guys hard to block, and same with Will. Will has taken great strides compared to last year. I feel like he's a whole different player, and he's playing really good.
Tegra mentioned that when one group comes in, when one group comes out, another group comes in, but each group brings a different style.
Yeah.
What is that like to go against when so many of those guys are so?
Yeah, I feel like it just helps you as an offensive line because you're seeing two different type of players. Because I feel like Will Smith and K-Mac are just two different players, and they play the same position, but they're two different styles, if you know what I mean. And it's just good to see that as a lineman, because it's just good seeing stuff like that, because every single week you're facing someone new, so like you can adapt quickly.
What makes Caden and Will different from each other?
I feel like K-Mac's one of more of those like straight up, like he's gonna bull rush you, and I feel like Will is just like slippery. I feel like he's really slippery and really good with his hands, really good with his feet. But so is K-Mac. K-Mac is really good. He's working his feet. K-Mac's feet this year compared to last year is a whole different person. And I think his conditioning level has improved a lot. K-Mac is one of those guys who can go out there and play 40 to 50 snaps.
You mentioned, Austin, how impressive it is playing many different positions as he has in the last year. Is there a different level of appreciation that you guys have on the offensive line for how difficult that is to do, to move left to right, inside, outside?
100%. I feel like my respect for Austin goes, it's so great. It's so great. Just playing like right guard, left guard, and then this year he started out at right tackle, and now he's at left tackle. He's just one of those guys where he's just a dog. Like the definition of a dog is that right there.
It's obviously like different footwork and different keys and things like that when you have to do that. But when did you first kind of get the sense that Austin could be could be one of those linemen that could do, he can play left tackle, he can play right guard, he can play right tackle, and left guard? When did you get that idea?
I felt like last year I feel like during fall camp he made great strides during fall camp when Donnie was out, and then when Donnie was out he stepped in and just took off, and that's when his game really took off, and then he improved throughout the whole season.
To see the way last year went, how does that inspire you to know that depending on what happens over the course of the season, your time could come at any time and you got to be ready?
Yeah, I feel like just like every single week you got to prepare, like you're the starter, and you go out there and show great effort and great discipline, be violent.
And how physically different are you?
What'd you say?
When you got here, how physically different are you?
Like weight-wise?
Yeah, everything. Strength, mobility.
I feel like when I got here, I was around like 280, 285, and now I'm at 300. And I think, when I first got here, my bench and squat was super low, but now I've made great strides into that. I've improved my bench press by like 2.5 times. So I feel like coach, my bench.
When you came in, what was your bench? What is it now?
I think when I first came in, when I was benching like 225 for 7, and now I got it up to 20. So it just shows that Coach Mick is one of those guys that has improved, and just not me, but the whole entire offensive line.
How have you seen Carson step up into a leadership role this offseason?
Yeah, I feel like Carson, he's definitely he's had a bigger voice this year than the past, because we've had Donnie, Josh Fryer, with some of those guys, and Carson has definitely taken that next step.
We always know offensive linemen need to be versatile, right?
Mm-hmm.
They need to be able to play different positions. But it just feels like the way you guys are talking about it with the primary position and the secondary position is just maybe a little different than the past. Is there more specific focus on that versatility, or making sure you get specific reps at a second position? I'm just trying to figure out if it's different.
I mean, you're always gonna work on your primary, but if you're secondary, if you ever if something ever happens like it did last year, then you're obviously gonna be ready. So
do you think this is a result of you guys having to live through it last year, that it's even locked in more for you guys of needing to be versatile?
Yeah, 100%. I think that just making sure everyone is always ready to play any position is definitely something you need as an offensive line nowadays.
I don't know if it was mentioned here. Austin Shervelt said if he needed to play center, he could do it tomorrow. Do you think that's a lack of disrespect from Austin towards the position?
He's definitely tried, and I was like, Austin, you gotta do this, gotta do that. And he was like, oh, okay.
Thank you.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Is it? What's the biggest difference in style of coaching between Coach Fry and
I feel like now since we have a couple of line coaches, it's more like we can go two group, and we can have two right side, left side. We can do that with with one coach. You can only you can have a full group. So it's kind of different like that.
So more opportunity for more hands-on.
More you get more reps, more indie reps. You can work on your craft, so you can improve quickly.
Yeah, it's interesting how this stuff develops.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting for sure. I mean, I like it. I'm a big fan of it because you get more reps. You can improve better on your game, footwork.
Yeah, that makes sense, because it used to be there were such regulations around how many guys.
Yeah, how many coaches? Yeah, you can only have really 2 coaches, and then because analysts weren't allowed to coach. Yeah. but now they are. So.
But now, because if the idea is helping you guys develop,
Yep.
then it's like, okay, well then let there be more experts
Oh, yeah.
who can get their hands on it.
Yeah, I
right?
agree.
That just helps everybody. And you actually are noticing that. That's good.
Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes like the NCAA stuff they do is like, what's the NCAA doing? It's like, oh, this is like a smart change.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's help the players develop even better.
Sure.
Good. Okay. Thanks for your time, man.
Thanks, Josh.
Yeah, oh yeah.
How's work? Kevin Ryan and Ryan just knocking out all the way. Don't say things that you and I